All right, what is happening, everybody? Let's just jump into it. How you guys all doing? Are any of you falling for this bull trap? I hope not. But anyway, let's talk about some positive news that I found in the news today, and take a look at Bitcoin's price and look at the overall market cap. So we've had some positive news, positive direction in the market. More money came in, added $2 billion roughly since the stream yesterday. 24-hour volume at 19 billion, which is the highest we've had in a real short amount of time. And Bitcoin dominance remains high at 53.98%, almost 54%. Very likely that is still because most investors are very cautious about, or most traders, very cautious about playing with the alts right now. Because Bitcoin hasn't made up its mind. It seems to yo-yo back and forth. Anyway, what's happening? Choreography Ellis, that's a great name. Indianapolis, what's up? Banger Committee, what's happening, my man? Hope you guys are doing great today. Slow morning this morning? Is everybody too busy trading? Is that what's happening right now? Anyway, yeah, so let's just take a look at it. A couple of things wanted to point out real quick. If you do head on over to Cryptosomniac.com, we have added a few new reports over in the cryptocurrency resources, as well as the Dash review from Eden Block is now live, and we'll have some more stuff in there in the near future. So please head over to Cryptosomniac.com and take a peek at that. Yeah, other than that, what's up? What's up? Ronin Bushido style, hello from Silicon Valley, no money to trade, bummer. I hope that is not because you held all the way down and did not preserve your capital, but if so, many are in the same boat and there will be more opportunities to make money. So don't lose your head yet. Hello from rainy San Diego. Is it raining in San Diego? That's great. Primarily I say only because I live in Los Angeles, and when I left, it was on fire. So I hope that means some of the rain is making its way to the LA area and helping to stop some of these massive fires, because I'm heading back this weekend. So yeah, we do need it. Rain is always a good thing. Whether or not you like being in the rain, it is a good thing for the general environment, I think, especially with how many fires we've had in California. What is happening, Monero Dinero? What is happening, Faraz? What is happening, Dave from Saudi? What's going on? Yeah, let's see. As a Taurus, I see bull traps. Yeah, man. This totally seems like a fake out bull trap to me. So, well, I definitely held all the way down. I'm a believer in the tech, so I'm not worried. Had to dish out 1,600. Oof, ouch. Well, that's, that's the trouble with machines, is when they do break, they are kind of pricey to fix. I feel your pain, Ronan. Feel your pain, man. Yeah, so definitely I'm a supporter of holding all the way down, although I am more of a supporter of stop-lossing out and picking back up myself. But I have certainly ridden both sides of that train. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the great news today before we get into the charts. And let's say the first bit of news that I thought was great was this one right here. In his apparently his first ruling, U.S. District Judge Gonzalo P. Curiel, pardon if I mispronounced it, has said that in the Blockvest ICO, the SEC deemed it as an unregistered security, and this judge has gone through, and he is from your neck of the woods there in San Diego, Monero Dinero. Basically, he said that the SEC did not prove that the Blockvest ICO violated the Howey test, and thus has slapped down the ruling. Now, that's not going to be the final ruling. Obviously, it'll have to go through the courts and make it appealed, and it may still stand, but at least as of right now, this is giving me a little bit of hope that the SEC is not going to be the be-all, end-all judge, jury, and executioner of the laws facing ICOs in the near future. So hopefully we will still be able to see some utility tokens and still let Main Street get involved and try to make some money. Let's see. What crypto credit card would you use if you're interested? I don't know. 10x is really the only one that I'm. I mean, there's 10x and there's BitPay. Those are the only two that I'm really familiar with or have familiarity with. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily familiar because I've never used either one of them. But I know there is 10x and I know there is BitPay has a credit card now as well. So you could check those out. There's probably a ton of other options on the market. I don't use that as much. I mostly, when I spend crypto, I spend it as crypto as opposed to trying to spend it as money. So I feel like you probably get eaten up on the exchange rate on those credit cards. But I don't know. I haven't really looked into enough to see what the rate is when they're selling your crypto into fiat to make the payment for you. I can tell you, if you're interested in something like that, you should maybe take a look at the Monarch wallet. We are building a CMS plugin for merchants, and ultimately, once we get the money transmitter portion set up, you'd be able to even send crypto, and we can have, we can facilitate the receiving party accepting a fiat payment. So you might want to take a look at that. Yeah, Jason, bottom favorite long-term bag. My long-term bag, I don't hold any Bitcoin Cash other than what I got from the initial fork, and actually I sold that, so never mind. I sold that already. I mean, Litecoin was my long-term bag. I sold it at a loss, or, I basically sold, I bought too much high, and I bought it some low, but I bought too much high and basically ended up closing that one out at a loss. Was just happy to be rid of it personally because I didn't see it going back up any further. Let's see. This also may not be a bull trap. Yeah, that's true, right? It's true, guys. It may not be a bull trap, but here's what I think. What sort of rulings and what sort of news have we seen that is going to cause a massive influx of capital come into the market? I don't know. Nothing that I have seen has made me believe that mom and pop investors are going to start throwing their money into Bitcoin again, that retail investors are going to start FOMOing in, and there just hasn't been enough money coming into the market to really convince me that this isn't a bull trap. We've basically just been bouncing around in this order block, and look at that. This is basically the thing I said on the stream yesterday is playing out right now. If you had picked up somewhere off this bounce and we're looking to exit by this previous entry point, there we have it, right? So I suspect it's going to go up here. It's going to bounce down. I don't know. We may find a little bit of support here at this 40.80 mark, but I suspect it's going to maybe bounce through that range a little bit and come down, and I think we'll test this long-term support again, this blue dotted line that I have here. And this is, just so you know, guys, that long-term, that's the long-term support. All right, that's the long-term support. Google searches for crypto skyrocketing. That is a good sign. Ooh, I didn't see that, Green Zen. If you would post that, I would really love to see it. Starbucks adoption, dude, Dave, come on, man. No, that's such a rumor. And post a link. Post a link if you have some hard evidence that Starbucks is actually going to adopt anything. Was this drop always coming, or was it due to the Bcash fork? I mean, we've been in a downtrend basically the entire year, but I think the Bcash fork definitely exacerbated the situation, especially because, when you've got guys like Craig Wright going around saying, we will burn Bitcoin to the ground in order to make SV happen. Like, that's not going to be, for the uninitiated, that's definitely not going to be something that, if that was my first exposure to crypto, why the hell would I get involved in this, right? So I think it definitely exacerbated the problem, but I don't think it was the full cause of the problem. So anyways, with that, I suspect we'll see it come down and test this support again, maybe somewhere around 36.50, 36.80, something like that. Monarch versus Utrust. Well, clearly I'm going to be biased, right? I mean, obviously I'm going to be directly biased because I'm involved with the Monarch project, right? So I'm not, Monarch's better, right? I mean, that's period. That is my honest shill, is because I'm involved with the project. I think what Monarch is trying to do is going to be far and away above many of the other wallets that exist. And the nice thing about it is, they already built the wallet. The wallet is already built. You can have it right now before the ICO even ends. Most of these other wallets raise a bunch of money to start building. So I think that's one nice thing about the way Monarch has approached it. Anyway, all right, so let's see. Yeah, I would be interested to know, Green Zen, something about Amazon and ETH. I'd be interested to see a link on that. If you got it, feel free to post it in the chat. I would be curious what that is. I think Right as a Loon says, let's go, Vin. I think, yes. I think that's very obvious. Let's see. Amazon's new product will support two popular existing blockchain platforms, Ethereum and Hyperledger Fabric. I know that Amazon, there's been some rumors about them doing something with Hyperledger for some time now, which would make a lot of sense because IBM is the business, business machine trying to make the business blockchain. So that wouldn't shock me if they did have something. Hyperledger is not truly a decentralized solution, in my opinion. So cool. Let me ask you this. Do you know any hardcore crypto people that are actually big fans of Hyperledger? That's an honest question. I've never run into anybody. You know, I see courses here and there, and I see a lot of business people talk about it, but I don't know any like hardcore crypto enthusiasts that are actually into it. So I'd be curious to know if you know anybody that actually is a big supporter. All right, let's see what else. So what's your take on Ripple right now? The same take as it always is that it's the banker's coin and a great way to give your Bitcoin back to the banks. That's it. Just about missed the cast. No, we're good. You're what's happening? Adaptional ideas. You're good. We've only been on for about 10 minutes, so we got another 15, 20 to go. All right, let's take a look at other great news in the news. First of all, guys, I think this is something that you should all know about. If you've bought a Trezor, how many of you guys use a hardware wallet? Since we're talking about wallets, how many of you guys use a hardware wallet? And if the short answer of that is I use a Trezor, then you need to know about this. So this officially was released, I guess it's been about 10 days ago, but I just came across it. And since I am a Trezor user, this is definitely of concern to me. So basically, effectively, there are a lot of fake Trezors that have been out that are basically straight up, what is the word I'm looking for? Counterfeits. And effectively, it looks exactly like the same thing as the Trezor One. So there's a number of different ways you can check it out, and I think this is very important to know. So first of all, if you look at the sticker on the back and it says "Made in China," probably reason to start getting concerned. Also, look at the hologram. The hologram is different on the fakie than it is on the real. So those are the two ways to check. Make sure if you have a Trezor, if you've still got the box, flip it over and take a look. I don't know what to do to tell once you've got the device out of the box, but fortunately, I saved my Trezor box, and the part that's got me freaking out is my Trezor is sitting in my house. So I am like, oof, I would love to be able to check the back of this box, and I can't even check because I did buy mine on Amazon, and I can't remember. I was looking through my orders, and I couldn't remember if I bought it from an official retailer or not. So I thought this was something that should be pointed out, and please be aware. Also, going back to what I was talking about yesterday, if you are a user of the, oh geez, now my brain is blanking on me. Well, let's just make this easy and outsource my memory to my pocket real quick, because I can't remember the name of the wallet off the top of my head. Community discussion, yes. Okay. Yeah, BitPay. Okay, sorry. Thanks, brain, for working. Not. I just said that was the oldest dating thing. Anyways, so if you use the BitPay wallet, go get the update. Go download the update. Do not open your BitPay wallet. Go download the update. And then once you downloaded the update, you should be safe. But do not open your wallet before that if you do have a BitPay wallet, because you can get your private keys compromised. So just wanted to follow up on that. Anyway, all right. So let's see. Nano Ledger S. Yes, that's other news I want to talk about. Boy, oh boy, in case you guys can't tell, I'm very excited about this. Here's my favorite piece of news from today. Ledger added Monero. I can now put Monero in my ledger. It makes me very happy. Yeah, it makes me very happy. So anyway, Monero is able to be added to Coinbase, and I'm very happy about that. I mean Coinbase, I'm sorry, to the Nano Ledger S, and so you can now store your Monero in a hardware wallet. So very nice, and I recommend if you are a Ledger user, get your Monero off those exchanges and put it in a wallet. So yes, I thought Monero Dinero, you would particularly be very interested in this. I know I certainly was. Pretty awesome news. Pretty awesome news in my. Yes, Monero on Coinbase, boy, that would be nice. I don't think that's ever happening just because it's a privacy coin, and they are very regulatorily compliant. I don't know if I said that correct. Too bad I own a Trezor. Dude, if you own a Trezor, I hope you still got your box, and find out if that was new. Unless if you bought it directly from Trezor, you have nothing to worry about. If you bought it from a third-party retailer, definitely something to be concerned about. So I would look into that. And yeah, just go over to the Trezor blog, and you can actually find the information on this. In fact, I might even do a little write-up. Yeah, buy a ledger. Do that too. Or just get a Monero wallet, or rather a Monarch wallet. It won't hold your Monero, but it'll hold Bitcoin, every single ERC20, Stellar, Ripple, and that exists right now. So you did 5 from the factory, you're all good, dude. No worries then. Ledger support, you know what I will say is I really like Ledger Live, the app. It's really nice. It works really well. When you're saying adaptional ideas that Ledger support is far superior, are you talking about the plugins and things like that, or the amount of coins they support? Or are you saying, what are you talking about specifically there? All right. Let's see here. Got that email from Trezor. Ledger says everybody. Yes. Copay. Yeah. Oh, thanks for filling that in on me. This can be cracked to get the PSW quite easily with a scope. It's just pure electronic. It's not a safe thing. JF Airplane. You talking about the Amman Switzerland-based Hodl 5 ETP fails to move crypto markets. Yeah, nobody gave a shit about the foreign ETFs effectively. So let's see here. Have you heard of Anarchapulco conference in Mexico? I have not. I have not. Oh, looks like we've got a link from GreenZen. I will allow that in the chat. Awesome. CoinZen support with issues. Cool. Yeah, I haven't had too many issues with my hardware wallets, so I've never had to actually call their support for either. I have a Trezor and a Ledger, so I use both. Anyway, all right, let's see what else. All right, so we can 86 this, we can 86 this, and we can 86 this. Oh, yeah, so I wanted to talk about this. I think somebody posted this in the chat window yesterday, but this was just something I thought was pretty cool. If you're a government employee, they want to actually train you in blockchain. So if you are a federal government employee in the United States, they are now promoting paying for blockchain education amongst their employees. So if you want to know more about that, go to gsa.gov and click the little blockchain link, and you can find out. So if you are a government employee and you want to learn more about blockchain, you can do so for free. That's pretty cool. All right, Chris Menard, what's happening, man? Thanks for joining live. And let's see here. Try that CNBC link. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'm not going to do that right now live on the stream, but we'll check it out for sure. When they migrated to live, the wallet had issues. I had issues adding some wallets. Fair enough. So you called them and they helped you get them added, or emailed, or some sort of online support, something like that. That's good to know. That is definitely good to know. All right, so let's see what else. 86, this guy, and let's talk about this one. So when I read this headline, I was like, wait, what? Binance labels Zcoin, Nano, and Verge to gold label projects. So Verge was really what threw me for. I was like, what? But ultimately, when it comes down to it, what they found is that Verge is labeled a gold label because it's famous. It's got a huge community, et cetera, et cetera. So I found this. I was like, wait a minute. Binance is giving info on coins, and they're saying this is a high level. Little fishy, because we do all know that it's effectively just a blockchain wrapped around Tor. So, yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty interesting. Obviously, they've rated Tron, Ontology, a number of other ones as gold rated. I thought it was funny that they labeled that they had added Verge to that. But apparently, it's more about the popularity contest than actually a rating of the quality of the project. So, good to know. All right, so Dave got the link for the Starbucks. Awesome. Thank you guys for posting those. Honestly, all the time, guys. Really, anytime there are, anytime there are things like that, I would always love to. Yeah, feel free to post the links, and I'll take a look. And let's see. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let that Anarchapulco conference come up as well. Right. All right. Cool. So, yeah. Then the only other thing I've seen is the New York Stock Exchange chair is very confident that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are here to stay, which gives me a nice warm fuzzy when the New York Stock Exchange is saying that they're around. Let's see them maybe try to get a little bit more involved. That's what I would like to see. But yeah, I think overall it's going to be a good thing for the market coming into 2019. We've got backed. We've got some rulings on ETF decisions. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, Nasdaq's got their crypto desk. There's a bunch of different things that are potentially coming forward that could be good news. And you know, overall, I think quit worrying about the price. Really, you know, like quit worrying about the price right now. If you are a long-term believer, try to just buy as cheap as you can and hold. That being said, always a good idea to learn how to trade so you know when to spot a good entry or a good exit. And if you want to know the best place I can tell you how to learn how to be a better trader, it's Cryptosomniac Advantage. So you can come in one of two ways. You can either head over to cryptosomniac.com, which I definitely recommend. Feel free to poke around our exchange page, look at all that different stuff, but poke around there and just hit the little rocket, or you can actually come in through our Discord server, which just up at the top of the window there, you can see the two links to get you straight in. So you can just paste those links into your browser. Sorry, I couldn't make it a clickable link. You can just paste those links into your browser and come on in. And when you get into the Cryptosomniac Advantage, you get access to all of our reports. You get access to, you know, we give you all the reports. But the most important thing is really you're getting access to the Discord server. So again, I mean, it's a pretty robust server. We've got a pretty active community in here. Boy, people are chatting me up left and right here today. But look at this, guys. This is from today. We've got very active community. Everybody's in here trying to help each other get sharper on trades, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I definitely recommend joining us and checking it out. See if it's for you. You can join for 14 days for free and test it out. Find out if we are a good community fit. And if you stick around, we'd love to have you. So let's see. What else? What else? Let's get over into the charts. Let's just start doing some charting, huh? That's what you guys came for. All right, let's see. Hold up. Scroll back up. Thoughts on ZRX. Got an 8 ETH stuck in Coinbase, watching these prices rise and fall. Stuck for 30 days. Should be a fun thing to watch. I've got a little bit of ZRX sitting on Binance that I'm currently bag holding, just waiting for the price to rise again. Yeah. So anyway, that's my. I hold some ZRX, but it's a bag right now, and I think, you know, potentially there is a. Hold on a second. Yeah, where is that? Yeah, I think there's a potential that this becomes the coin for Coinbase's exchange. It is in my trading range. Here's what I'll say about this. Now that you're asking, let's just take a look at it. So looking on the daily, this actually looks pretty good. We see it's come down here, sort of. It looked like it was going to have a little bit of a descending triangle there, if you guys see that, which I would have thought would have broke negative. But instead, it's kind of followed Bitcoin's movement. And again, guys, all these altcoins are going to follow Bitcoin's movement. But it's printed a nice bull candle on the daily, and looks like it's printing a decision doji here. So let's take a look at some smaller time frames and see what we see. So I would want to watch. Let's look at some smaller time frames, because I would want to watch what this shape ends up making, right? Because we see a bit of a pump happening here, and then it's starting to, you know, it looks like volume starting to decrease a bit, and it's going back into oversold. Rather than, it's been run up and well overbought, starting to get back down to the oversold, but I don't like what I'm seeing on the MACD right there. That's looking like that's about to dip pretty hard, and yeah, has already posted the bear cross there. So I would wait and cautiously watch this for now. If I were looking to enter a trade, boy, it's just, it falls into my where I would look to pick up falls into what would be my no trade zone by the Fibonacci. So I would say, you know, potentially somewhere in this order block you could look at between about 87.90 and 94.60 potentially. But again, that's I wouldn't enter that trade right now, because where I would want to pick it up is too far below where the price is currently. But if you really think that we have hit the bull market, then maybe just wait for it to pull back to the bottom of these wicks right around like 98.14, 98.15, because you could probably catch a bounce on that if it's going to go back up. But I would set a super tight stop loss on that, because if it breaks, you would be okay with losing like 1.5% instead of having it break and lose all of it. So anyway. So let's go. Vin says, hopefully back launch on the 24th. Has a feeling they'll delay. Let's see. Viper Venom. Brother, can you tell us, hey, are you the Venom Hopper dude? Viper Venom? Curious. Most online kinds, like, bro. I don't even know how to respond to that. You got way too much going on in there. Have I heard of BitRA? I have heard of it. I've seen like little banner ads and stuff. Haven't really looked into it much. But, if you're part of HODL Gang, I guess that's a good way to just sort of dollar cost average in. But again, if you're doing that, why not just dollar cost average in yourself? So your channel has definitely helped my day trade. Awesome. Thanks, Chris. I'm very glad to hear that, man. That's why I come on here and do this. I hope that I'm giving you guys good information. I hope that the way that I talk about these things are helping you make better trades. That's what we do in the Cryptosomniac Advantage, is try to help you make better trades. We're not telling you where to buy and where to sell. We're trying to tell you why we would buy and sell at a certain point so that you can teach a man to fish, right? I can tell you to buy and sell all day, but then if you decide to leave the Advantage, I don't really do you any good. You basically just paid for a cheat sheet for a little while. Whereas if you come into the Advantage and you actually learn the strategies and things that we're using to trade, from there, the world is your oyster. You can use these skills forever going forward. So that's what I recommend, is learn to trade. And even if you are like HODL Gang and just not trying to day trade and swing trade, etc., I recommend learning how to read a chart just so you know where to look at entries and exits, right? You don't want to end up buying at the top every time right before it breaks just because somebody told you buy the dip, right? So that's the thing, is it's dips only matter on certain time frames, etc., etc. You know what I mean? There's a lot more to it than just buy the dip, and that's why I learned to trade, and that's why I advocate learning to trade, because I think teach a man to fish, learn a skill set. I will say this: when I'm looking at this right here on this zero exchange, I don't like the similarity that I see on this pattern here on this, right? So I would be watching to see, does this, because look, this looked like a falling wedge. This should have broken bullish. This should have broke up, but this was, right when Bitcoin decided to take a little tumble. And yeah, so here we have a bit of a falling, well, it still looks like a little more of a channel, but a little bit more of a falling wedge. You see it did manage to pump up. So I don't know. I don't like the way that the similarity in this versus this. Like, look, this here looks way too similar to this here. So I would be waiting for the next, what are we on, 4-hour candles here? I would want to see another hour or two which way it goes. Because that's the whole thing. If Bitcoin does decide to break, as long as Bitcoin keeps moving in a positive direction, the rest of the crypto market will follow it. But as soon as Bitcoin decides to break, all these alt trades make like very little sense, because Bitcoin's going to go down, so very likely so are the altcoins. All right. Monero Dinero says, saw a tweet from Carter Thomas about being able to short alts on Binance. He said total cartage when this happens. I have not heard anything about that, but boy, I would be very interested if Binance is going to allow margin trading, if Americans would be able to trade on there anymore, because I do like the Binance exchange, but that could cause some potential usage issues here in the States. I thought 0x was one of the good ones. Hey, I'm not saying dump it, guys. I'm saying it's an altcoin, and if Bitcoin goes down, it's going to go down. I have a bunch of 0x. Again, I'm holding the bag of it because I believe in it for the long term. I think it's going to be the coin of the Coinbase DEX, if and when that happens. So that's why I speculate on Zero Exchange. All right, so Z Classic, I don't touch it. Total 5 was debuted on Zoo. Explained the product only saw 27,244 of its shares traded, more than 400K in volume, a far cry from the millions of volumes. Yeah, exactly. But again, guys, that's not an American SEC, and I'm not trying to say that like Americans are the greatest. It's just that very likely that the American SEC, because so much finance, so much of the world finance does happen through America, let's say. I think that it would be a much stronger signal for investors if the American SEC approved an ETF. So, yeah. I think back to full of shit with these delays, says Green Zen. Perhaps. All right. Hey, no worries, Viper Venom. All good. Let's see. My father and I want to pull money out of our stocks to put into crypto and trying to avoid a huge tax cut on our Federal Reserve notes when we pull out of our 401k. You should talk to a CPA. I am not a legal advisor. I can tell you I've got a CPA who is very savvy, very sharp, and she's got some great ideas for protecting your capital gains against how do I say this? Protecting your capital gains by using different alternative investment vehicles. She might have some ideas on how to work it the other way as well. I don't know. As far as I know, basically anytime you pull money out of the 401k early, you're taking a hit. That is my, so you can pull money out of a 401k in my, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but as far as I know, you can pull money out of a 401k without penalty for 2 reasons. One is to pay for a house, to buy a house, and one is to pay for yours or a kid's college fund. With those, you still have to pay back the money that you pull out of it, and you have to pay interest, but you are basically paying yourself the interest. So there is that option where you don't take it at a penalty. As far as I know, any other reason you pull money out of a retirement account early, it's penalized. So I don't know what to tell you on that, except talk to a CPA or, you know, some sort of attorney. Let's see. My father and I want to pull. Already add that. Adaption ideas. Where did you start charting? TradingView. That's why I use TradingView. I love TradingView. It's great. I started with a free account, and once I upgraded to the paid account, I mean, you can't have all these indicators with the free account, right? You could have a couple. You can have the basic ones, right? So you can get volume. You can get basically. I think you can add 3 or 4 on the free account. But you know, I like being able to have the wave trend cross, squeeze momentum. But yeah, as well as having, you know, all of these potential other indicators, right? I've got them all hidden right now, but you know, let's pull them up. Being able to have all these moving averages and the volume, oops, you know, and the TD sequential, like being able to have all these things on here simultaneously is significantly better for me to make trading decisions because I like to combine the indicators, right? If you combine the indicators, and there are several signals that say buy or sell, that's going to be a lot better, a lot more reliable than just relying on, you know, 1 or 2, 2 or 3. So here's what I would say. Watch it on this, on the TD. Look at that. Didn't hit the full 13, but got to an 8 and then broke. Usually when it gets up to a 13 on that, we're going to break down. Yeah, all right. Anyway, I do feel for the people who bought at the top, of course, man. Yes, you should throw the gambler on for your intro, brother. Yeah, I think I would, that's, yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, guys. This is gambling. It's gambling. It's educated gambling. But I would love to play music, but I can't because there's copyright laws and I don't want to get pulled off YouTube. So, yep, I have a big bag of TRX still holding out. Bummer, dude. I sold my Tron. I don't want to tell you. I sold my Tron high. Yeah, I got off the Tron train and then I rode it back. So I think I got off at I think it was 900 Satoshis. And then I got back in and rode it again on the last big pump that they had and still got off. I got off at the same time because I was like, I don't see it going higher than this. I'm good. So I don't hold any Tron currently, but I do think it does have some legs as an overall project, if for no other reason than Justin Sun. Joseph Natty. I think it's Joseph, right? I know, Jay Natty. Dude, actually the best podcast that I have found to listen to in the car is... what is it called? Blockchain Innovation by Frederick Munawa. I like it. He's not as, you know, he started off trying to do it every week. I suspect he was probably doing that more during the high, but he still puts out, they're really quality. And even the stuff that's older still has good information. So I think those are solid. I think you should check those out. And then Bad Crypto Podcast is entertaining. Those guys are, I've seen them and met them a couple of times at a few different conferences lately. So that one. And then we actually turned the Trader Talk show into a podcast. So some of them will be less exciting to watch because the Trader Talk stuff. We do show a lot of stuff in charts, but you know, by and large, those are primarily just discussions, and so we turn that into a podcast as well. We've got 10 episodes out, and I will be telling more about that on the show shortly. Excuse me. Oh, I keep forgetting to talk about this on the stream. We're looking for a writer. This would be like an intern sort of deal. Like basically, we will post your writings up on the Cryptosomniac website. So we're looking for a writer to help us do more reports like, more reports like this. So hold on one second here. So more just news articles like this, and more of these type of you know, wallet guides, beginners guide to cryptocurrency, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll post you up on our site. Again, it's not a paid gig right now, but if you're interested in writing, if you are an aspiring crypto writer, I can tell you the last person that worked with us as a writer went on to work for Binance. So he works for Binance now, and you know, I'm pretty proud of that. I think that's pretty awesome. So anyway, yeah. Let's see what else. Let's get back over these charts. All right, so hopefully back does everything in place. The show with your CPA was awesome. Cool, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I want to bring her back on closer to the end of the year and you know, just kind of go over it as people's minds are getting more towards taxes. I will. Yeah, I caught the Black Friday deal and duplicated your indicators. Awesome, dude. Thanks, Joseph. Dude, I actually took some of these indicators from Amal. I took some of them from James. I took some of them from Snay. You know, I by and large just started with the basic stuff. Price action, volume, MACD, stochastic, RSI, or I like stochastic RSI. I started using regular RSI, but I like stochastic now. So, all right. But that's awesome that you got the Black Friday deal. That was a screaming deal. 60% off a annual membership is, I mean, that was kind of a, if you didn't have one, you missed out if you're a trader. If there was big institutional interest, Bakkt would have launched already. I feel like that's, you know, that's the thing. I think there's a lot of these rumors about institutional money. I think a lot of it's happening over the counter as opposed to, you know, I think a lot of it's done over the counter for these institutions if they are accumulating it, as opposed to on exchanges. So will they have an interest in an institutional product? Hopefully, I don't know. Green, I read they have so much interest in it, hence the delay. All right, fair enough. I know that's what I read, is that they were delaying it because they just wanted to make sure that they had all of the infrastructure in place to make it 100% bulletproof. So one can hope. One can hope. Best bank to use with Coinbase. Chris, I feel like you ask me this all the time, dude. I don't like to talk about what bank I use on the internet. So I just don't like telling people where I bank. Sorry, dude, I can't. There are American banks you can use to go through Coinbase. I'm sorry, I can't tell you who I bank with. I just can't. I've been the victim of identity theft. I don't like giving out too much personal information like that. So I apologize, Chris. I would love to help you out, but I can't, dude. So Crypto Movement says Beards and Bitcoins is a good weekly podcast. Oh, is it BitBoy? Who does that? I saw something about Beards and Bitcoins or something. Anyway. So, oh, it's Joe. All right, sorry, Joe, my bad. Awesome, glad you. So TDDC13 is the indicator, the TD sequential. If you type in TD, there's a bunch of them. TDDC13 is the one that we use. That is James's. So if you guys have seen James, our Aussie analyst, James built that script, and so just so you know, shout out James for building that script. And if you guys want to use it, you can go get it. I think it's in a public library. I'm pretty sure. Jason would love to hear your thoughts on OMG. OMG, SODL. I sold my OMG a long time ago. Basically, I sold my OMG once I got my crypto hopper. Once I started using my crypto hopper, I let it have my OMG bag because, you know, after talking with Snay a bunch about it, what are they doing? Are they live? What are they building? Are they building anything? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I understand, like, maybe they just put their head down, buckle down, and are trying to build it. But, Jesus, I feel like OMG has been around longer than a lot of projects that are already putting things to market. So, yeah. I sold all my OMG. I haven't heard any good news from them, but I think I did get a signal out of Blockfolio, something about them. So I'll see what I can find out. I'll look into it, and I'll see if I can update you on OMG tomorrow. Institutional money has become a meme. I swear down. Institutional money is this year's When Moon or When Lambo. Like, for real. For real. So let's see. What do you think about TRX's transactions being so high? Do you think this help with price, or is this a non-issue? Isn't Tron a zero transaction fee network? Now that they've moved to their own mainnet, isn't it a zero transaction fee? So who cares, right? Chris, yes, the hopper's been good, man. I actually trailing stop loss feature activated yesterday, and I can't remember if it was. I think I made a little bit of money on some Go chain, or was it on? Oh no, it was on Qtum. So I'd had a bag of Qtum that I'd been holding for several weeks, and I ended up making 3% on it or something like that. So trailing stop loss, pretty awesome. But yeah, that's actually anytime the market tanks, I just go shut off buys on my hopper, because then I want to wait and watch it, and because otherwise it'll just buy the entire way down. So I'll shut off the buys and just let it, let it go. And if stop losses hit, it'll execute sells, and then, sometimes if the stop losses aren't hit, or if I didn't set one, it doesn't execute the sells, and then I end up holding the bag. So it all depends on how quickly you can get in and make the settings. I have found CryptoHopper works best for me when we're in some sideways trading, and then I'll switch it on and let it make buys based on the TA settings that I made, and then just leaving it up on a screen and watching it, and manually executing the sell trades. Because I find waiting for, CryptoHopper is awesome if you can't sit in front of your computer, because generally, as long as you have a stop loss set, you will close out in profit, generally. Unless, or the stop loss hits, and at least you don't sit holding a 20% down bag or whatever. But yeah, I like to, I have the Kangaroo. So yeah, I have the Kangaroo membership. Yeah, so overall, I like it. I don't think it's the be all end all. Honestly, I haven't had as much time to get into some of the back end configuration as I would have liked. But overall, I think CryptoHopper is pretty badass. Trailing stop loss is what a great feature. Seriously, especially for somebody that couldn't sit in front of the computer and trade all day. Trailing stop loss is pretty awesome. If you guys are interested in checking out the hopper, if you look in the description below, there's a link, and if you want to try it out, you can sign up. So, full disclosure, we do have an affiliate deal. So if you do sign up, they might give us a little commission for CryptoHopper. But I want to disclose that up front. It doesn't cost you anything. They're just happy that I'm talking about it. And again, I'll tell you, I've been holding some bags because of CryptoHopper. It's not the be all end all. It's not perfect. It's not going to save your life, but it is a nice tool to have in your arsenal. So if it's something you're interested in, I definitely recommend checking it out. All right, let's see what else. No evidence for this, but I feel like Bakkt is waiting for an SEC decision. I think that's a safe. Estimation, frankly. Because why would you want to launch it and go forward, and then all of a sudden the SEC makes a ruling that says, oh, they're all securities, and now you got to claw back everything. It could be a problem. So I don't know. So I think they basically just don't want to fully commit to a venture without a little more confidence. All right. Not a plug. Yeah, I mean, guys, that's what I'm saying. It is what it is. So, oh, you mean Chris? You're not a plug? Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's realistically. I know you asked me a lot of questions, so I didn't think there was any dicey things going on. Yeah, I did. So XVG Gold, yeah, Moscow Mule. Just rewind the video and watch it. Basically, Binance Info has rated Verge to be a gold standard project, and the short version of it is it has a lot of community support. You can find out more if you want to rewind the show. Wow, only 10 thumbs up, Sean? How many people are watching right now? Yeah, only 10 thumbs. Do you guys like the content? Am I giving you good information today? Are we going through good stuff? Are we having fun yet? Can I get some thumbs up? Can you guys smash that thumbs up for me? Just hammer time. As many thumbs up, and do a favor, hit that little bell so you know when we go live. Hit the little bell so you get the notifications. I've heard the shadow ban has been reduced lately, so people that were saying they were having trouble getting our notifications are getting them more. It's great news. So smash that notification bell so that you get notified when we go live, and you'll always know when we're coming on to give away the good stuff. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, please do smash that thumbs up. And guys, honestly, what helps support the channel the most is if you would just give us a like and a share, give us a retweet, post it on Facebook, anything you can do to help spread the word if you do think that we put out quality content. Because there's a lot of there's a lot of dicey characters in this space, and you know, I do try to provide the best information and the most honest feedback that I can. So if you do resonate with what I'm trying to do, I would very much appreciate you pointing people in our direction and helping people know that we're out here doing this, because we are really trying to be a positive force in this community. So anyway, please do smash that thumbs up, guys. Please give me a like and a share on Facebook and a retweet. And let's see. Oh, Crypto Boots, what's up? What's happening, man? Met you in Vegas. Had a bunch of fun hanging out for World of CryptoCon. Good stuff. Binance seems to be banning users from various countries. Very serious. Yeah, I would be concerned about that. Why would they be banning users from various countries unless it was a country that had banned Binance, basically? I don't know. I could see, you know, where crypto is illegal and then they can't operate there. You get some sort of Great Firewall of China situation going on. Yeah. So yeah, guys, up here in the chat is good, but where I really need it is down below. Down below the video. Smash up those thumbs ups for me, guys. I really appreciate that. That's what helps YouTube go, oh, people like what he's saying. We should show this to other people. So yeah, if you could, super appreciate it. All right, so let's see what else. I had a massive list of things that people want to look at. Let's take a look at Tron. Why don't we? Why don't we look at Tron? Nice. It's had quite a run lately. Had quite a run. I mean, you can see what my entries for Tron would have been here, guys. I didn't do this chart today. This chart's been here. What are we at? 376 right now? 377? Nice. Yep, these are where I'd be looking to make my entries for Tron. And in fact, I would even say skip on that one now. So about 340 sats, about 350 sats, and again, not on the whole numbers, guys. Don't do it on the whole numbers. That's a good way to have problems. And I'd look to make another entry at about 360 sats, and then I'd be looking to exit by the current tip of the candles. And why would I be looking to exit by the current tip of the candles? Very simple. Very simply because that's where it peaks. Look at this. Top went a little bit past, but the bodies of the candles, top, another top, you know, a few little wicks over, but yeah, so if it does come down and those orders fill, I'd be looking to exit by then. It looks like Tron might still have more legs to run up. Look at that. This is what I see, guys. I see, oops. Come on. There we go. So I see increasing buy pressure. I see stochastic at a beautiful spot right in the middle. MACD is the only thing that makes me a little reluctant to say this would be interesting right now, but yeah, like hard cup and it looked like it was going to dump, but then has not. So yeah, Tron might have some more room to run. It's hit several buy signals on the wave trend cross. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, and still is generally moving in an upward direction. So Tron might have some more legs to it. I might be willing to actually take a look at entering that trade. You know, their price has gone well up since the integration with BitTorrent, which is huge. And yeah, all right, let's see what else. Just 2019 will be interesting. Don't pay attention to Thomas Lee says, let's go Vin. Come on, peeps, smash the likes, says Crypto Boots. Thanks, brother. I appreciate the support. Yeah, adaptional ideas. So Tron, please. So there we go. You ask and you shall receive even before I read your question. Justin Sun is having, hey man, you can't argue with the pump master. What does Kobe Bryant know about blockchain? Probably not a lot, but what does Kobe Bryant, what do people know about Kobe Bryant? They know he's famous, and so hopefully they'll try to pay attention. I see what he's doing. Justin Sun's a smart guy. What I meant to ask is, what do you think a transaction volume per day has effect on Tron price, being that it's more than 3 cryptos close to 2 million transactions per day? I don't think that has anything to do with the Tron price, honestly. I think that means that probably that dApp developers are starting to use it, or people are just trading a lot of Tron and moving it around. So it could be either or, but I don't think specifically that transaction volume necessarily is affecting the price. Yeah, look at that. it's still trying to run. Yeah, good job, Tron. All right, what are we looking at time-wise? Well, we're closing in on the hour. I'm long-winded today. I think that's going to wrap it up for me today, guys. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all of you. And they play it as adoption, obviously. I think it says adoption ideas for Tron. Yeah, well, we'll see. They'll again, guys, we got a long ways to go before mainstream adoption. But if people are starting to utilize the Tron blockchain more so than the Ethereum blockchain, maybe that's something to watch out for. Anyways, like I said, guys, I got to wrap this up. I got more work to do today, so thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't done so yet, head over to Cryptosomniac.com and just read through some of our articles. You know, if you have new people that are like, I need to learn about cryptocurrency, what is it even? Go over to cryptocurrency in our beginners area. You know, what is Bitcoin? How does my Ether wallet work? What's the best way to store your Bitcoin and other cryptos? You know, why is Bitcoin even valuable? What's an ICO, et cetera, et cetera. So what is the ERC20 standard? So these are all things that we just got. You can have this for free. So if you have new people that are interested in learning about it, send them there, point them over to our website, and they can read all this stuff for free. You know, you can read, look at all these reports. These are all the reports that we have up public. So these you can all go over and read. Again, so why is Bitcoin valuable, et cetera. We co-partnered, co-branded with a company called Edenblock because they do phenomenal research. So I would recommend, take a look at this. Like, honestly, guys, look at this. So that we had them send over all their reports on privacy coins. So we got one on Dash, one on Zcash, one on Monero, my fave. And yeah, just look at this report overall. Like, it's really, really in depth. There's, you know, this, if you're not a big reader, maybe this isn't for you. But if you really want to get in-depth analysis on these projects, these guys were kind enough to just give this to us, to give to you guys for free. So anyway, pretty cool stuff, and all that is there and available for free for your resources. So feel free to learn and point people there to learn. Like in crypto, should I hold ETC versus BAT and Zero Exchange? That's entirely up to you, Lycan. My opinion on that is I would take BAT and Zero Exchange over ETH Classic personally. Just my personal opinion. I think Zero Exchange and Basic Attention Token, well, first of all, they're both on Coinbase. I know ETH Classic is as well, but I think that Brave is obviously still being developed, so obviously BAT would still be under development. And Zero Exchange is, again, speculated to be the coin for the decentralized exchange if and when Coinbase ever decides to launch such a thing. So for that reason, and overall, I just don't see a lot of development coming out of ETH Classic, and so overall, that's why I would say those things. Just my opinion. Obviously, do your own research. This is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. But yeah, that would be my feeling on it. Hey, what's up, Jules? Thanks for stopping by, man. I see you are always a commenter. Thanks for coming by. Long-time watcher. Thoughts on UTK? I don't know it. I don't know it. And Green Zen, I do use Wix when drawing lines. Absolutely, you should always include the Wix. However, that being said, if the wicks are bouncing around a lot and there's a lot of firm level support for the top of candle bodies, sometimes I will use those. So again, primarily I think you should always include the wicks just because they are part of the raw price action, but just depends. Anyway, all right, guys, that's going to be it for me. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Please do give me a like and a share. Retweet me on Twitter. Share me on Facebook. Point your friends to our website, and hopefully we'll see Snay on tonight. I thought he was going to come on yesterday, but he is still back east and not in a good area for coverage, apparently. So he did not come on last night. Hopefully we'll see him tonight. I'm not going to make any promises on his behalf, but I do appreciate you guys all staying here with me. And with that, I'm going to call this the end. Thanks, guys. Keep your stop losses tight. I'll see you tomorrow.